You have not scratched the surface of what you are capable of experiencing. There is so much that you want that you now are going to let in. Watch for it and connect these dots. All you got to do is find the existing match and more will follow. Here you are, banging it out with humanity, and you are stimulated to all kinds of desires. But the question that we want this gathering to bring clarity to you about, the question is, yes, you got here just like you planned, and yes, you are exploring just like you planned, and yes, new ideas are flowing, new interests are coming, and yes, your life is unfolding, and yes, you have created, most of you don't know it yet, a vibrational precursor to the manifestations that always follow. And so we want to help you to become a vibrational match to the creations that you have set underway. And in order for you to do that effectively, which only means, from our point of view, joyously, having fun while it evolves, you must understand the laws of the universe. You must understand your place within them. And most of all, you gotta understand how to tend to your point of attraction. You are a vibrational being in a vibrational universe that is managed by the law of attraction, which says that which is likened to itself is drawn. So if you feel like a victim, what are you drawn? If you feel secure, what are you drawing? If you feel afraid, what's your point of attraction got going on? In other words, what's manifesting always matches that vibrational thing you got going on. But most of you are, did we tell you how much we love you? You are a mixed bag. There are things that you feel wonderful about and things that you don't feel so wonderful about, but we want you to come to the place as we chew together today, the place that feels like this. We're going to speak from your point of view. This is how we want you to feel when you walk out these doors today. I get it. I'm deserving. The law of attraction is responding to my vibrational flow, and I can do that vibrational flow thing on purpose. So when I do that, and then I get to witness the manifestations that come in response to what I'm now allowing to happen, I'm going to connect those dots, and I'm going to be the powerful, deliberate creator I was born to be, and I'm going to live happily ever after. That is our intention for this gathering. So, nothing is off limits here. It will be the perfect unfolding. You will see that. Everything that you are about is already vibrationally integrated into this mix. You're important, and what you want to know is too. And you have come together as cooperative components of one another to satisfy the whole that we are together. This combination of beings has never been before until all of the universe. And what we're saying to you, evolved, deliberate creator, is that the law of attraction has already gathered the cooperative components to whatever it is that you're wanting to assemble. And your singular intent right now is to be one of the cooperative components, to be a vibrational outputter, a pretty steady outputter that lets you be a steady cooperative component to what your vortex is gathering up. That's it. You did the work. You lived the life. All that life that you lived, that's all factored in. And there are cooperative components gathered up for you. One of the things that we would like you to know right off is that you are so well along the way to the desires that you may still regard as unfulfilled. But we know that they have been vibrationally fulfilled, like the seed in the ground is the vibrational beginning of the plant that will grow and the harvest that will come. And your inner being knows that too, but sometimes you don't know it. And in your desire for something that in terms of it being a full-blown see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it manifestation, you don't see it yet, so you are more aware of its absence than its presence, so you slow it way, way down as you believe that it is not done. And often, oh, we love you so much, but often the thought that follows it isn't done is that it must not be coming. Or where is it? For here it surely isn't, or here surely is this thing I do not want. And your inner being, you know about your inner being, that non-physical part of you, that source energy part of you, knows exactly where you are in your physical format in relationship to everything you want, and is continually calling you to be a cooperative component, calling you on this path of ease and flow and clarity for this never-ending unfolding that is you, this never-ending unfolding, never-ending unfolding. You're never going to get it done. Does that discourage you? Well, it doesn't feel discouraging to know you're never going to get it done if the doing and the getting it done is fun, if you're enjoying it, and you can't get it wrong. That's another really important thing to know. You said when you came into this body, you knew it was perfect timing for you, you planned it. You know it was perfect place for you, you planned that too. And you knew that your environment would inspire from you your specific, unique, important preferences and desires. And so you jumped in with all 4 feet. You did. You came not just willingly, but eagerly into an environment to stimulate interest and desire, because you knew before you came into this physical body how deserving you are of being an attractor of the elements of your desire, and how fun it would be as those elements of your desire, those cooperative components, come into place. So Esther loves to be in a hotel near an airport where she can see the planes coming and coming and coming. As far as the eye can see, there's planes coming. There's planes coming. She can see them. She loves to watch them come that way and then look out that window and watch them land and watch them land. And in San Francisco especially, there's just a steady stream of they're coming and coming and coming and coming and coming. And that's what the cooperative components are. That's what the manifestations are for you. They're lined out there so far. There are so many people involved in this landing things where you can see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it. All you got to do is just tend to your point of attraction. That's all. So we'll just sort of demonstrate for Esther how that's been playing out. So first it was, don't be mad and be kind. Yeah, right. And then it was, find the feeling place. But that was pretty hard because it was a pretty good ripple that she was feeling. And then it was, oh wait, tend to my point of attraction. And then she thought, which is what we're saying here, just find any thought that feels good. And then it occurred to her, my job is not to make myself feel good about that. My job is just to feel good. Not about that. My job is just to feel good. And then she said, oh, well, that's easy. Sure like this house. Really like this rug. You seen it? It's a really good rug. Love that bird. Love the fragrance of that cat claw that's blooming in Texas right now. Mountain laurels too. In other words, love that, love that, love that. And in her immediate vicinity, there were plenty of things to observe and focus on. And she felt the tension just lifting. In fact, the tension no longer had any connection to what had caused the tension. The tension just lifted. Her point of attraction shifted because she finally understood that the work is to find what already matches. Don't try so hard to claw that into a match. Just find what matches. And once you start making those lists of what matches, I mean, that seems really rudimentary, almost silly. Bird, tree, flower. But if you like bird, trees, and flowers, it works. and then humor, and then fun, and then camaraderie with that. And it just comes and comes and comes and comes and comes. The cooperative components are so abundant and so readily available and so ready for inspiration, because you got to remember, you got to remember that the law of attraction is working on every cooperative component in your vicinity. The law of attraction already has the number meaning the MO, the modus operandi. The law of attraction already knows exactly who the drivers are around you and what they've got going on. The law of attraction already knows what the market is bringing and where the ideas are and who's ready to hatch on that idea. The law of attraction has already understood all of those points of attraction. But you don't want to be the law of attraction. This whole thing came into clarity. You already heard this, we know. When Esther was talking to her friend, a comedian on a cruise ship. She's on cruise ships all the time. She's a really funny girl. Esther was talking to her on the phone, and she said, I'm having a terrible week. The stage manager this week is terrible. He does not know what he's doing at all. And Esther listened to her friend, who is mostly pretty positive, and she was just railing on and on and on, and then explained how she had to step up and she had to step in. And Esther said, how'd that go? And she said, not good. He wasn't having any of it. And then as Esther began to visit with us about it, we said, she's not the stage manager. She's an act in the play. She's not the law of attraction. You are not the stage manager. You are not the law of attraction. You are a cooperative component to want it or not. You are a focuser because you're emitting in every waking moment. You're emitting a vibration. And the law of attraction is cooperative componenting you, bringing you together with all things that match. Haven't you ever noticed how you can get around a table and somebody can bring something up and it's so easy for the conversation to go in that direction? If you're not steady, you can be, just by your attention to something, you can become a cooperative component to something that you don't have any intention to be a cooperative component of. And most of the time, if somebody accused you, oh, you were a cooperative component of that, you would deny it because you didn't want to be. But the law of attraction never, ever, 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 ever misunderstands where your vibration is or anyone else's. So we really like it that you've been like a dog on a bone. Esther has too. She's just watching for feelings, and then she's acknowledging, do I want to be a cooperative component of that? Then keep focusing here. If not, do anything to do the only thing that matters, which is tend to my point of attraction. One day, this was years ago when you could still do this, Esther was really good. If somebody locked their keys in the car, she kept a hanger in her car. She could unlock any locked door with a hanger. She loved it so much. There wasn't a day that went by that she didn't rescue somebody in some parking lot somewhere. It was an epidemic. And one day Jerry said, I threw your hanger away. Esther knew why. She had that point of attraction going. There were locked out victims all over the world. And she was focused on saving them from their dysfunction. And the law of attraction had her number. And theirs too. Some of them locked themselves out because she was in the parking lot. That's how cooperative the law of attraction is. Did you hear that? In other words, she was such a cooperative component to saving someone, someone cooperated with her by needing to be saved. Hey, we're not kidding you. That's big. Take that one in.